Here we have the MyArcade Pixel Player portable gaming system. Our good friends here at MyArcade teamed up with Data East, and they have included in this game system 8 original Data East classics, as well as 300 additional games. Right? Now, the box is a very nice, colorful box. You see some of the characters from some of the Data East games, like the Bad Dudes guys here, Caveman Ninja, Burger Time. Anybody who was familiar with gaming back in the day will remember these names very well. So on the front here, we're seeing a little demo screen of Karate Champ. So it's a nice box. I mean, it gets your attention if you're like in a Target or in a Walmart or in Toys R Us. We still have Toys R Us here in Canada. It will definitely get your eye. So it's a really good package. So let's have a quick look at what the box says about the features. So looking at here, you have a 2.75 inch screen. Of course, it's a color screen, perfect for 8-bit games. The features, it has 300 retro games plus those 8 memorable Data East titles that we're going to look at in a second. There's a front speaker. This needs 4 AAA batteries to run, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple, pretty clear cut. Let's open the box here now, and as you can see, there's the gorgeous system there at the bottom, and here's a summary of the 8 memorable Data East titles. So Bad Dudes, Caveman Ninja that I talked about, Burger Time, Karate Champ. Oh, Heavy Barrels on here. Cool, nice. I remember that game. There's B-Wings, Side Pocket, and Breakthrough. Right, so those are your Data East titles. And then there's 300 other games on here. So let's just take a closer look at the console and do a brief run through of these 8 Data East games and a very, very, very brief overview of a sample of the 300 additional games that are on here. Now, point to note, guys, I have done some research on similar MyArcade consoles, and from what I've learned is that quite a few games, if not all of them, are actually emulated games. So especially the arcade versions, they're most probably emulated from one of the popular home console systems. Can't mention the name, you can work it out, but they're emulated. But other than that, they do run pretty well on these hardware platforms. But I just wanted to point that out. All right, let's check it out. Okay, it's pretty lightweight. So here we have our MyArcade guide, user guide, of course, in multiple languages, and pretty clear cut. How to install the batteries, what the buttons do, and so forth. So on the front here we have just a sticker of the Burger Time screenshot. So let me just take that off right now. So as the book said, it's a 2.75 inch screen diagonally when you measure. Here we have our famous D-pad. Now this one actually has a springy feel to it, right? Because I know that inside it's actually it's like a membrane type switch, so you don't feel it's not a clicky feel. It's just a very soft feel, soft springy feel to the button, right? So it's not a loud button, but you can easily, but it's flat and slippery, so it's easy to move your thumb around it and navigate it when making, when you're moving your character on the screen. And here we have our 2 AB buttons, similar feel, membrane type switch inside, so it's nice and quiet, nice and springy. And here we have a start and reset buttons here on the top, MyArcade logo at the bottom. Here's our speaker. It's in a good place because when you're playing, you're not going to cover the speaker with your hands. Some systems have the speakers on the sides, which don't make sense because your hands cover it, or at the back when your hands are covering it as well. So having a speaker here on the front, on the left hand side, it's pretty cool placement. So along the top here we have the AV out port. This enables you to connect this to a television set. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the AV cables, but you can get a set of AV cables from any electronics store. Alright, it comes with an auxiliary out port, which is a fancy term for 3.5mm jack for your headphones, so that's what that's for. Here we have your volume down and volume up keys, which are in the signs of in the shape of a minus and a plus sign. Here we have our auxiliary power input. So this is a 5-volt in micro USB input port, so you can hook this up to like your laptop or your PC via USB, and you can actually power this via that. That comes in handy, especially if you're going to be playing this, or not even playing it, you just want to leave it turned on like indefinitely while it runs through its little screensaver demo. Comes in handy for that, because then if you had it on with batteries run out after a while. So, but if you needed that external power supply, you have it here via this port. So there's a 3-way switch here to turn on and off the device, as well as the device LED, and that's why that little light bulb is on there. While that light bulb turns on and off the LEDs that light the buttons. So when I turn it on here, you see these 4 buttons actually light up. So the start, select, and A and B buttons light up in the dark, which is a pretty cool feature. It will have, I guess, an extra drain on your battery, but other than that, that's a nice feature to have, seeing that LEDs don't really draw that much current. On the bottom there's nothing, sides there's nothing of course, and at the back here is where you put in your batteries. So let's put in 4 AAA batteries in this now. Okay, let's turn it on. So the first 8 games that you see on the front here, so it says 308 games in one here, and the first 8 are the Data East ones. So let's look at how these games look. If any of you guys remember the NES game Jackal, this has a similar look and feel to Jackal, but you're running instead of driving a Jeep. Karate Champ, one of my favorites. Man, I suck at this game. Rusty. So guys, that's the 308 games in one My Arcade portable 8-bit gaming system. As they say, the first 8 games that you see here are Data East classics, and from playing them, they actually do remind me of emulated games. So I won't be surprised if these are actually emulated like NES games. Nonetheless, the gameplay is pretty good, pretty cool, and the sound quality is nice as well. The only issue I have is that whenever you start a new game, the volume kind of resets to the lowest setting, so you always have to like raise the volume again when you start a new game, which I guess for some people may not be too bad. On the plus side, what I like about this as well is that when you have 308 games in this thing, and you have a scrolling list. So when you're in a game, say you're like game 175, when you exit that game and reset to the list, you go back to 175. It doesn't start back at number 1. So you can continue scrolling through in the list from where you left off, which is pretty nice as well. So guys, that's the review of the 8-bit My Arcade Pixel Player featuring 8 Data East classics. So guys, if you want to get your hands on one of these or a couple of these, because they are very cheap, you can check the link below this video and get them online. Now guys, let me know what other stuff you want me to review. If I should continue doing 8-bit game reviews as well, that would be good to know. And yeah, just let me know what you think about this cute little red unit. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like this video if you like it. And yeah, oh, and of course, please subscribe. More stuff coming down the pipelines. Anyway guys, for now that's it. Happy gaming. Bye bye. So that's it everybody. So quick recap, subscribe, leave your comments, and definitely check out my website as well. So by subscribing and going to my website, you'll understand how you can participate in the giveaways. Of course, one of the requirements is you have to be subscribed. So it's a no-brainer. So anyway, guys, till next time, happy gaming.